I was unusually bullish on this Monday's stream. Price then was about 68,900. And the reason I was that was not only because LARSSON line is gold, it was also, as I pointed out, that this minor support at 67,225 had held 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times on 7 different days. Support means that someone is buying at that level. So every time price went to that level, someone placed an order and price shot back up, creating these wicks on the chart. And I felt if it's held 7 times, it's probably gonna hold an 8th too. And whoever was trying to sell will probably think the same too and maybe back off with the selling a little, because why not sell at higher prices? Things like support and resistance are not magic lines. It's just explaining the behavior of people. That's why it's worked for 100 years. And sure enough, price shot up. Right now it's 71,655. And it's now that it's interesting, because right now we are testing the resistance again at 71,400. And that resistance has also held many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now it's the 9th test. And if we zoom in and switch down to lower time frames, you see that it actually rejected exactly there earlier today. But now price is making a breakout attempt. We don't know yet how this candle will close, whether it will turn into a wick like the previous 2 breakout attempts, or if price will actually close above this level. So if you were asleep here at support, now it's the time to wake up, because we might get the breakout here. I'm saying might because I'm not predicting prices, I'm reacting to what actually happens. And to everyone who says that there is no point looking at the yield chart, correlation, not causation and all that, well, I beg to differ. Again, because look here, rejection, yields drop, Bitcoin price is up, stock price is up. But before we get too excited, I'd like to draw your attention to that yields are now hitting support. This level, which was resistance, then became support, and now we're there again. If this breaks through now, I think we will get a breakout in Bitcoin prices, and that's pretty exciting. Now I want to draw your attention to another breakout. And sometimes technical analysis just seems too easy. Can it really be this easy? Yes, it can. On the 4th biggest asset in crypto, and 3rd biggest if excluding stablecoins. Can we really get a textbook ascending triangle like this? The breakout and it just works? Well, yeah, I've loved charting BNB actually. Some of you might recall videos around this time back in 2020, price 18, which then went with LARSSON line gold and the perfect parabola up to 700. Then we got LARSSON line blue, we got a range, but then something changed in the beginning of March. Now I will take you on a little bit of a history recap, not to brag, but because there's learnings in studying what happened so that you can apply the same thinking, the same methodology I used going forward, even if you missed it this time. So in my TA report on March 8, I pointed out last week that BNB to BTC could be building a bottom here, similar to ETH. That's still the case. It needs to break above the horizontal boundary to confirm. Can you see the horizontal boundary here? Here it was support, then it became resistance, and that's the level I'm talking about. I'm also saying put an alarm in Pro so you don't miss it if it happens, like I suggested on Sol just before it broke 20 in October. Here I think you should put it versus BTC instead at about 0.0078. That was down here. The level I'm talking about is this level, which I had drawn at 0.0076. Then you want a little bit of margin, that's why I suggested 0.0078. Then what happened? Next Friday, 15th of March. Yes, I've written for 2 weeks now that BNB BTC could be building a bottom here. It broke up. BSC became the forgotten chain when Sol sailed up, and Binance only had negative news every day. And I wrote, no idea what triggered this pump. Any insights welcome. All I can say with certainty is that someone has been buying. Why am I saying that? Because we can see it in the chart, clear as day. And you see how key this level was. If we look at it in the actual chart, you can see that it goes all the way back to 2021. Support and resistance works, folks. And then, the next week, it has undeniably broken up. But why? I didn't know. And I wrote on face value, it feels like BNB has nothing going for it at the moment. The Binance Smart Chain value proposition is eaten by Solana, and the strong community leadership of CZ is gone. Yet someone is buying with volume. This was a legit breakout and it's holding. Perhaps we will eventually find out why. And then, much to my delight, and I actually shared this in the previous video here on YouTube, you can go back and find it if you want to. I'm right now too lazy. Then one member in our Discord to the rescue. Thanks, mate. You wrote about BNB in the report and couldn't get why it is outperforming BTC and has broken resistance. I have a few ideas why. All traders have to hold quite a lot of BNB for reduced trading fees on Binance. Volume is picking up. Business is booming again. ZZ gone, 1-1 backed assets. As opposed to the others who lost everyone's money, Binance default risk is now gone. Can get staking rewards for new coins by staking BNB, which has really good return of investment. And this can also be hedged on futures where the funding rate under calm conditions is actually slightly negative, but now it's positive, so extra BPS on top from shorting futures now. Also, BNB to BTC was lagging behind a lot, so has caught up. There you had it, folks, and I realized he's right. Love you guys. This was still in late March. Now we're in April. BNB BTC still looks good. Here we have gotten a pennant after the move up. Confirmation of continuation is a breakout of the pennant. That breakout never happened, which is why you don't trade patterns before they confirm. But something else happened instead. It just morphed into another bullish pattern, a bullish flag pattern after the breakout pump. A breakout is actionable, and this was in mid-April. Look how clear and tidy this flag became. Broke out with LARSSON line gold. Tried to scare everyone a little bit here by going back into the range, but note that it never fell below the lower range boundary. Went immediately back up, bumping up against the resistance and breaking out. And today hit a high of the even number 0.01. Prices which this chart hasn't seen since exactly 1 year ago. And actually, all these bullish signs were just reconfirmations to what we could see on the USD chart. Because early March was down here. LARSSON line was already gold on the USD chart. Price had already broken out of this super key level. You can see how this level was resistance, then it was support, 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 resistance again, resistance, 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 and then it broke out. You see why that was a key event, which happened already in February, and while several of the previous trend changes kind of didn't work out, stopped out at ±0 something, the next trend change actually worked. This gold flip down here, which was also accompanied by a breakout from this support resistance level at 229. See here, it was support, 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 resistance, 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 and it broke out. And similarly, that level also has a very long history. That level retested a few more times, and you see it held. It was previously resistance, now became support. Price went up to the next resistance level, broke through it, and started forming this incredibly beautiful ascending triangle. I shared it in our CTO Outlook channel in the Discord. BNB continues to do really well since the flip, everyone, and here started smelling like the breakout from that ascending triangle at 627. And I also pointed out that the BTC chart also looks very favorable. And sure enough, the breakout followed through, price now is 704, and BNB chart hit 0.01. Now everyone is asking me, should I buy BNB? No, you should have bought here when LARSSON line flipped gold at 250 after the resistance breakout. Or if you preferred being in BTC at the time, this was a very easy entry here in mid-March. Very little downside risk for invalidation. BTC chart looked great, USD chart looked great. Low risk, high reward, and thanks to our members we could actually understand why it could pump at this point. So we have now a situation where the three big altcoin to BTC charts are actually an uptrend versus BTC. ETH to BTC, BNB to BTC looks very favorable, and Sol to BTC is also gold. It never turned blue. So I've said for some time, I think it is possible that the rejection in Bitcoin dominance from this point here was a key change in the market. It's still kind of hard to say from this chart, but if this one starts looking like this now, I think we will get all out alt season. So time to pay attention on both the Bitcoin chart and the altcoin charts. Fantastic. I'm very excited. Hope you are too. Don't get scammed, please. I have only one website. It's ctolarsson.com. Everything else is a scam. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out.